Today we have a special guest, and it's Cheri Rohloff. She's a professor for RSC, and she's teaching English for more than 20 years in Mexico, in Sweden, in Japan, and of course here in Canada. So she has a lot of experience teaching immigrant people, refugees, and a diverse group of people around the world. So we're going to start with some questions, and Kulvinder will continue.
Okay, so Cheri, I need your some advices about how we can work in the multicultural atmosphere. So I just ask some question, and so
Sure.
you can give me some advices.
Okay.
So my first question is, according to your teaching experience in different places, can you suggest us how we can make everyone feel psychologically safe so that they can share our thoughts, our opinions, without without thinking that they are come from the diverse culture?
For sure, no problem. Okay, so first of all, you want to teach everybody that there are cultural differences, that there are different communication strategies, and give everybody an idea of what those are right at the beginning.
Okay.
So they understand that this is going to happen.
Okay.
Okay. And then also to make sure everyone feels safe, you have to encourage people to talk.
Okay.
Right? So give positive reinforcement anytime somebody contributes something, like, oh, thank you for sharing. Thank you for your idea.
That's great.
Right? You also want to create psychological safety. So you always have to be positive, right? You can't be rude, you can't be disrespectful.
Okay.
Right? And so people feel good to contribute. They're not scared to contribute. Yes?
Yeah, that your thoughts is so helpful for us. So let's move to the next question. How we can address and resolve misunderstanding that may arise because of culture differences in communication. For example, body language, tone, and their way of conversation, and preference about the feedback. What's your opinion about it?
Can I give you
Cheri?
an example?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
That's
so
great.
in my class, I had a student who was always having his eyes closed.
Okay.
And it looked kind of like he was bored or he was falling asleep or something.
Okay.
And in Canada, that's not really acceptable.
Really?
So the first thing to do if you're having some issue, you have to make sure you feel calm. If you're upset, don't talk in that moment. Just wait until you're calm and then just talk to the person. You have to talk politely and kindly, openly. Remember, you're on the same team. Nobody generally upsets a person on purpose.
Yeah.
Right? It's a misunderstanding. Right. So I just asked him, I said, hey, why are you closing your eyes during class? Are you tired? Is there anything I can do to make things more interesting for you? And he said, oh, actually, no, I'm not tired or bored. In my country, it's okay to close your eyes. It's a sign of that you're actually just paying attention, that you're really listening and you're not being distracted by your sight.
Yeah, the same thing happened in my culture.
Yeah.
So nobody, nothing say to about that. If we close their eyes in the class or in the meeting, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay, interesting.
So
Yeah, you just talk about it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That's a very useful advice.
Openly, and active listening is always good from both parties.
Yeah. So now I will move to the last question. In your experience, how we encourage collaboration among different communication styles?
Okay, that's important. There's different communication styles even within a culture, right? So of course, understanding that these exist is important. As a leader or a teacher, you want to put people from different countries or different styles together in pairs or groups, so they have to get used to working together. That's also useful. And people will definitely have different strengths, right? And in a group, there's always going to be one or two people who talk all the time if you let them. So it's important as the leader to make sure that everybody talks. So say, thank you for your opinion. What do you think? What do you think, Guadalupe? Thank you for your opinion. What do you think, Richard? And make sure, go in a circle. Make everyone communicate. Also,
Mm-hmm.
some people are scared to talk, especially if it's in another language.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, right.
So give different ways of communicating.
Mm-hmm.
So you could communicate by writing instead.
Mm-hmm.
And another good idea is, like, instead of just talking to the whole group,
Mm-hmm.
put people in pairs within the group first and
Okay.
discuss things.
Okay, yeah.
So it's not usually as scary to talk to one person as it is
Mm-hmm.
to the group. So you talk to each other
Uh-huh.
and then meet together as a group and share your ideas from your discussion.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little less intimidating, and then you've already talked about it once, you've practiced talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
So those kind of things are helpful to make sure everybody contributes.
Yeah, that's great. Your point of view is so helpful for us, and so in the future we will think about, like, we don't be close our eyes.
Mm-hmm.
We
It's okay, but make sure everybody
Yeah.
understands that you're
Yeah.
not falling asleep.
Yes, yeah. So thank you, Cheri,
My pleasure.
and see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.